Did kind of gut my money a little bit, but all your basic buildings go up, and you can have a theater as well, and a railroad. You know what? Go nuts, Ashanti. Have a fort. Knock yourself out. You can have all the buildings. That's how much I care for my colonized countries. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the wee hours here, and today in 30 games in 30 days, we are playing Imperialism The Dark Continent. Yep, just going through the Pandora's box, the dark corners of my Steam library to find Imperialism The Dark Continent, which I originally signed up for because it looked kind of like Risk. And that's a great game. I like playing Risk. It's not quite that, and you'll see in a bit, but we're going to take a look at Imperialism and see what we can do with it. So in terms of the goal of the game, the hint is kind of in the title. We're playing in the Colonial Era, and we have to colonize and expand and take over Africa, the continent of Africa, as people did in the Colonial Era. So choosing our starting country to be imperialistic colonialists, let's just go with the archetype of the colonial ideal. Let's go with the United Kingdom, the folks who kind of invented colonialism. Yeah, let's pick them. I'm sure I am getting flamed in the comments for that right now, saying, no, these other countries were way bigger colonialists than the United Kingdom were. Well, you know what? Everybody knows the United Kingdom to be colonialist. So let's start the game with the UK and see, well, how much of Africa we can conquer. So each different starting country is going to have starting, well, I hesitate to call them abilities, but there's really only two things you're generating, which is money, the gold down here, and we're generating 32 per turn, which is basically a day, which is actually exceptional. There are countries that generate no money at the start of the game, so the fact that we're generating 32 per day is pretty good. And then we have, I guess you'd call them royalty points. It's got a little crown, so I'm going to call them royalty points, and we're generating 4 of those a day, and everything that we do in the continent will either cost money or royalty points. Now, nobody has done anything here. Now, these red ones, that is open territory. We could theoretically move in there if we wanted to, but as you can see, most of the map is terra incognita. We have no idea what's up there. So let's just pick something we can explore. We can send an expedition to explore this territory. We need 125 gold to do it. Well, we've got that, and we're generating gold. So we're going to explore that area and see if maybe we can move in there. Now, here's the thing. Let me just get it onto play. Now, get it off pause, get it onto play. Here's the thing. That's going to take forever. So we're generating basically like 1 exploration point per day, and we've got to fill up 100. Now, we could accelerate it for 175. That's very nice, but mostly we're just going to let this tick along until we've explored the area. So this is definitely one of those games where you want to have something else that you're doing while you're playing this game. Watching TV, making a sandwich, I don't know, hosting a dinner party. Well, we actually are up to 259. Let's bump it up a little bit. Yeah, see, that acceleration only bumped it up by 10. Yeah, I'm going to go make a sandwich and probably prep my dinner for tonight and watch maybe an episode of The X-Files or two. And I'll come back when I've explored this area. So a quick correction on my part. The red areas are actually already ours, and I apologize for that misinformation. I haven't played this game in a little while. Again, this is the darkened corners of my Steam library that I don't investigate very often, but these are ours. We own this, and I'm sorry if you were screaming at me in the comments going, hey, you know you already own that thing you clicked on, right? Well, great. Now that we have a territory, 3 of them to be precise, we can actually start doing some things in here. So we can do buildings that will produce products. What do we got there? I believe that might be coffee, might be wheat, I'm not sure. There's no tooltip that hovers over there. And obviously gold, that's very clear. So why don't we start getting a gold mine going? Now, that will cost us 336, but it's going to boost our gold by 5 a day, so that's good. P.S., that's also going to take a while. Now, down in the bottom are things we can do for the territory. So we could build a school here, we could build a church here, we could build a hospital here. here, and all of those are going to boost our royalty points because it's going to make the colony more loyal to us, and everyone's going to love us because we built a school and a church and a hospital there. And then some other things that will just boost production. So the railway that we apparently already have boosts our gold production by 25%. So seeing as we've got the money kind of flowing in right now, why don't we just get that plantation going? And you know what? Everybody can have a school and a church and a hospital. You can get all of those. Now, again, this is a part where this is going to take forever. So, go ahead and have plans for the day. But let's queue up some stuff in our other territories. Apparently, we own Sierra Leone. So why don't you have a diamond mine for a start? And that, and that. Oh, not enough money. I actually ran out of money. All right, well, there you go. So we'll just wait a little bit. We're generating 32 per day, so it's not like we're not going to be able to get this. Apparently, we've already built a school here. Good for us. Yay, go United Kingdom for education. But you don't have a church yet. We can bang one of those out, and we can give you a hospital while we're here. Anything we can do with our third territory down here. Looks like you've got both the plantations going. That appears to be cotton and bananas. That's nice. Boy, I like the UK. I've never played as the UK before. They get set up really nice. I've played countries where you have literally nothing when you start. So this is pretty cool. And you've already built a hospital and a school. Go UK. Well done, guys. Have a church. Have a church. How are we doing on that exploration thing we were doing? 58 out of 100. Okay, it's going to take us a while. I'm going to see if we can basically start exploring and hopefully colonizing this area right around the Cape here to get that whole block of land. And while I'm saying that, why don't we set up another exploration? And you know what? While we're here, set up another explanation. Explanation? How about an exploration? That would be even better. This is all about setting things up and walking away. That's what kind of game this is. So I'm going to let that tick along. We're building all our stuff in all the territories we already own. We're exploring some other territories, and then we'll branch out a little bit from there. I'll let you guys know when we're done. All right, we finally finished exploring this area, and it is Liberia. So we have some options here. Somebody else owns it, specifically Liberia. They're probably going to be pretty fussy about us knocking on their door, but we have some options. We can attack them, we can use diplomacy, or we can purchase. And let's see what happens if we want to attack them. It is basically just how much money do you have for really all of these options. So at 2,650 gold, our chance of success of seizing Liberia from the natives is 50%. All of that thumping you hear in the background is me finishing other buildings and just basic sound effects. The ability to turn down the volume on this game is meh. It's meh. I can't get it all the way down. Anyway, long story short, 2650 will give us a 50-50 shot of seizing Liberia from the natives. That's a sentence I never expected to come out of my mouth. This is what you get when you do gaming videos. So that's pretty garbage. And diplomacy is basically exactly the same, except you're using these royalty points, king points, throne points, crown points, whatever they are, for exactly the same thing. So 2650 of those, we can talk Liberia out of Liberia. Now, I actually haven't looked at purchase. How much is it going to cost us? Same again. So for 2,500 gold, we have a 50-50 shot of buying Liberia from the Liberians. And what is the max? I can't even, there we go. So 5 grand, we can do it. 5 grand, we can absolutely just buy Liberia from the Liberians. And that was a bit of a disappointment when I loaded this game up. I thought this would be a little more like Risk, where you were actually maybe, I didn't expect Risk, but maybe moving some troops in there or actually doing some sort of diplomatic procedure. But basically, it's just a dice roll based on how much money or royalty points you have. In fact, we're actually almost up to that 50-50 shot. But let's, did I set you to explore? Yeah, you're exploring. Let's start some more exploring going on here. And, oh, you're almost explored. Great. Apparently, people own the things around us. That's a little bit fussy. Why don't you explore that and explore that and go ahead and explore that. We got plenty of money coming in right now, and we're generating more with these plantations and mines that we're throwing up. So go ahead and do that, and then we may just save up a little money and see if we want to do something with Liberia, like, buy it. Okay, one of our other expeditions came back from, I'm going to attempt to pronounce this, Fouta Jalon? Fouta Jalon, and that is unowned, uncolonized by anything. So we can just go ahead and grab that. Costs us 100 royalty points, again, crown points, king points, I don't know. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and grab that one right now for 100 of those. Again, that is going to tick along as things go, but we'll be able to grab that effectively for nothing. We can just move right in there, and that will line us up next to our other territory. Yeah, it's not looking good for you, Liberia. I'm going to tell you that right now. You are a speed bump in my colonization of Africa. Now, this expedition came back. Who owns this? This is... Wait, this is mine? No, it belongs to the Ivory Coast. That's what I thought. Okay, good. No, it's a different color than me. That's how I know it's different. That's how maps work. I mean, I'm not a cartographer, but that's how maps work. So again, same options. Attack, diplomacy, purchase, all based on how much gold or how much king points you have. And we're actually up to 35. So Liberia. Just for argument's sake, if I had, say, 4,000 gold, which I'm going to have pretty soon, How good does that get me with you guys? So, I don't know, 4,000. 80% chance of buying Liberia from Liberia with 4,000 gold. Okay, we're going to come up with that pretty darn soon. Maybe we'll just see if we can purchase Liberia. It doesn't take too long to accumulate the gold, apparently, if you're the United Kingdom. So at 4,500 gold, Liberia, I'm looking in your direction. How fussy are you going to be if I just flat out buy your country? I don't know. Yeah, 4,500. There we go. 90% chance of success. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and gamble on that number. Yep, Liberia is ours now. Super. So we grabbed Liberia from the Liberians because this is the colonial era and things happened like that. Don't blame me. It's just history. That's what we did. Now, we want to get some buildings going here. So you produce what? Wood, coffee, and I'm not 100% sure what that is. It might be sugar. It's a bucket of something white. Maybe it's milk. I don't know. I just figured there would be a picture of a cow if it was milk. So yeah, queue up all the gold-generating buildings and queue up all the things that make people loyal to us buildings. And now what are we going to do? Samori is explored, and that's open territory too. Oh, that's the one we're already doing. Oh, we're already going for both of these. Yes, no, there we go. Colonize. That's what I want to do. Before someone else gets that, let's colonize Samori. And we've opened up a bunch of things down here. This is wide open. Namibia is wide open. Grab that. And, no, oh, okay, this one's going to be tricky. Namakwaland? Well, whatever it is, it's a desert. What do you produce? I have no idea. There's no tooltip. I guess you produce rocks. That's not really something to brag about. Pretty much the entire planet produces rocks. But, good job. So colonize you. And how about right next door here? South Bechuanaland. I'm pretty confident about that one. Colonize that. And Transkei. You produce bananas. Now, see, that's much more useful, particularly if your potassium is low. Colonize that. Who are you? Wait, we just did Transkei. Transkei? Orange. There you go. Oh, you produce gold and diamonds, and quite a lot of diamonds, too. Quite a lot of diamonds. We'll have a think about you. We may come down and purchase you, or maybe attack you. I don't know. So we're going to colonize basically this entire chunk of South African area down here. Now, what did that just open up? We're already looking at that one. We're already colonizing that, but these areas now opened up. Sure, send some more expeditions in there. How about this tiny little one right here? Yep, send an expedition there, accelerate that one, move that along a little bit more. The gold is kind of coming in fairly freely at this point. Explore that, and yeah, sure, explore that. And why not this one? We'll just see if we can get both of these areas ours. And while we're doing that and we have nothing else to really be doing with our money, we may as well get some of these supplemental buildings going in the colonies that we already own. So we could do a theater, daily gain of gold. That's nice. Although, in my experience, some of these things are actually backwards. Just a development issue, I guess. But it says daily gain of gold. I believe it's actually a daily gain of loyalty points or royalty points, king points, crown points, whatever that may be. Whatever it is, let's get a theater going. And then we could do a fort plus 20% to province protection. I'm going to tell you right now, I've put a little time into this game, not a lot. I've never been attacked. I've never been attacked in this game by anyone else, so I'm not really sure why I need 20% province protection. Maybe that comes up later, but I've never discovered it. Nobody has ever knocked on my door and says, we're attacking you. And frankly, even if they do, with the amount of gold I'm generating, I'm pretty sure I can field a good random number generator defense out of that. So those buildings are going. What could we be doing with you? You're still working on all of your buildings. My God, this takes time. You have all your basic buildings up. Yeah, go ahead and have a theater. Why not? Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Futajalon, you need all of your basic buildings. Okay, so all of the basic buildings need to be queued up in you. So you continue to generate gold for me because you produce quite a few peanuts. That's nice. I like peanuts. I like peanuts either as peanuts or as peanut butter and in no other format. Please do not put peanut oil in any of my food. It's gross. Down here, we're just exploring all of these. Super. I may just save up a little bit and buy orange from orange. Oh, we finished colonizing Somori and Namibia. So let's, again, basic buildings up, queue all of these up. Which one was Namibia? Was that down here? No, come on. There it is, Namibia. Oh, you have what? Right, the diamond mine. That's going to be handy. That'll be some money right there. And just a couple of things while those are all ticking along. Oh, I got Namakwaland as well. We are just ruling the South African area. Yes, all your basic buildings. And that one, we basically own South Africa at this point. Not the actual South Africa, area, but the southern Africa. The southern part of the continent of Africa largely belongs to us right now. Is that another one? No, you're already working on that one. Was it this one? Yep. Get your bananas going. Get all of these things going. And you know what? Have a theater while I'm here. Knock yourself out. Never let it be said the United Kingdom is not generous to its colonized areas. Actually, lots of people have said that over the course of history. But anyway, long story short, have a theater. So while those are all ticking along, it's obviously a very, very basic UI here. And we have all of these resources that we're generating up in the top here. We've got 12 units of coffee and 11 units of diamonds, 7 units of whatever this is, sugar and or milk. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe just sugary milk. That sounds kind of gross. Oh, we found somebody else owns something. But Kong is explored. Hang on. Let's just start colonizing that. And there's another one I see we haven't colonized yet. Oh, we're already working on it. Okay, we're already working on colonizing that. Super. Excellent. And these apparently do nothing at all except generate money, obviously. But I don't know why I need to know how many units of each. There's no trading that I've discovered. We're not trading with anyone that I have found. Again, if that's in there and you are like the world's biggest fan of this game and you're like, oh my God, you haven't explored trading in this game? What are you, some kind of noob? Yeah, I am. But I don't see any purpose as to why all of these things are up here. They don't really seem to do anything besides just letting me know how many things I've built. And here's the part that kind of drags on me. This little 2x, this is literally as fast as we can move the game. This is it. I would love to have like super time on this where we can just rip through all of this and Africa's a big place. It's going to take a while for me to colonize this entire continent. I've only got these 2 little bits down here, although we have made very good progress so far. How are we doing on that one? All right, Kong is ticking along, and Tambakaunda, I'm probably horribly mispronouncing that. If you happen to live there, I'm sorry, who produces peanuts and cotton and bananas. Oh, we actually haven't set you up to colonize. Yeah, we're totally going to colonize you. And money. Oh, we've got tons of money. Tons of money. Ashanti, I can't help noticing that you produce gold. I would like to buy your country, please. And then I could have more gold. So at 5... Oh, you actually cost a little bit more, huh? Interesting. I wonder if that keeps going up as you play the game. It costs you more and more to build or to buy other areas. So 91%, yeah, I'll gamble on that. Ashanti is ours now. Not super surprised by that. So that did kind of gut my money a little bit, but all your basic buildings go up, and you can have a theater as well, and a railroad. You know what? Go nuts, Ashanti. Have a fort. Knock yourself out. You can have all the buildings. That's how much I care for my colonized countries. So there's a look at Imperialism The Dark Continent. I have found no way to lose this game. This is pretty much just keep clicking on things and building stuff and moving forward and generating money, and then eventually you could just buy the entire continent. I don't know where the challenge is in this game. It's just moving from one zone to the other and waiting. It's a lot of waiting. Here's who this game would be perfect for. If you worked a 9-to-5 job in an office and you were typing out your TPS reports and you wanted something to pass the time while you're doing it, but a game you don't really need to pay a lot of attention to, this is a good one. You could kind of minimize this, do your TPS reports, maximize it, click on a few things, and then just let it tick along. That would be perfect. It's kind of just a time waster game. There isn't really a challenge per se, as much as there's just clicking things. I guess there are worse ways to spend your time, but I don't know if I'm coming back to Imperialism. I don't know if there's any kind of challenge run or insane level of difficulty I can do with this besides just eventually owning the entire continent of Africa with the United Kingdom, who apparently generate a ton of money. Good job, UK. Well done. But there's Imperialism, the Dark Continent, another part of 30 games in 30 days. I'm Dave. Thank you as always for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Anyone want to get the head out of the hot tub? Did you want to maybe pull this head out of the hot tub? That's not sanitary, guys. That is not okay. That's a health code violation in the mansion.